Next on Worcester News tonight, ready, set, go. Rowing championships take over Worcester. Plus, it's Mother's Day weekend. Worcester businesses are getting ready to celebrate moms. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. If you were on Lake Ave in Worcester this afternoon, you may have experienced some unusual traffic. Colleges from across the Northeast packed Regatta Point Friday for the National Invitational Rowing Championships. 3 local schools will have a chance to compete against the best crew teams this weekend. Our Cam Jandro was down by the water and has the story.
Hundreds watch as the region's top colleges compete in the National Invitational Rowing Championships. Crew teams from Clark University, Holy Cross, and WPI will all hit the water this weekend. Local student athletes say they're lucky to have home field advantage.
Oh, it's so exciting. We take for granted how great this lake is, but to see all these colleges around, we hear, just talking to locals, just parking. Some woman talked about the amazing crowds that are coming out today. So for us to just have that in our hometown is really special.
Colleges from across the Northeast are in Worcester for the competition. Rowers from the city schools say it's nice to have the tough competition in their own backyard.
Well, for us it's a lot of fun because it's a really high tier of competition. For them, I think it's probably just fun to come and race. Quincy is one of the best 2K courses on the country, so it's always a fun time to race here.
Discover Central Massachusetts says more than 3,000 people are expected to visit Regatta Point this weekend. They say it's an important event to show off a revitalized Worcester.
It's great because people have been coming to these races for years, especially the parents, and they've been here before, and they come back and they're like, this is not the same Worcester we've seen for so many years. So it's nice to see people appreciate all the investments and brain power that's gone into making Worcester a better place.
Now, events will continue throughout the weekend, wrapping up on Sunday with the U.S. Men's Eastern Sprints. Meanwhile, Discover Central Massachusetts says businesses throughout the area will be offering incentives for those who want to come down and enjoy the races. In Worcester, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Cam. Many businesses across Worcester are booked for Mother's Day weekend. Some say it's the busiest time of the year, and they will have all hands on deck.
We're working crazy. We've been working 12 hours straight.
The week leading up to Mother's Day is the busiest of the year at Herbert Berg Florist. Owner Sally Jablonski says they've already done about 400 arrangements this week and are expecting to do another 400 over the weekend.
We're going to be working quite late. Yes, so it's going to be busy. We'll be working late tonight, all day tomorrow, and hopefully finishing up probably by 2 or 3 o'clock on Sunday.
Jablonski says flowers are the perfect gift for moms because there are so many arrangements to choose from.
And, there's no calories in them, so you don't have to worry. It's fat-free.
Meanwhile, for those not so worried about calories on Mother's Day, Lock 50 in Worcester is expecting to see about 250 guests for Mother's Day brunch.
Every mom wants to go out for brunch. When we opened last year, my mom actually came up here for brunch because she wanted to do something with the kids.
Manager Tom Studers says they will be offering their normal brunch along with a few Mother's Day specials.
We have some really great stuff lined up, some really spring-forward things.
Sunday will mark Lock 50's 1-year anniversary since opening last Mother's Day. Studers says it was one of the busiest days of the year for the restaurant.
Mother's Day is the biggest day of the year for brunch.
Now to an update on a story we brought to you earlier this week. The group of Worcester police officers running to D.C. have made it to their destination. Police say they arrived at 4 a.m. this morning and were ahead of schedule. The officers completed the 450-mile trek relay style. The Bound for D.C. team says they did this to raise money for the Worcester Boys and Girls Club. We'll hear from one of the officers later on in sports. Switching gears now, Rutland police say a young boy is in critical condition after an accident. State and local police were on scene on Campbell Street for a portion of the afternoon Friday. Rutland Police Chief Donald Haposky says the boy's father accidentally hit his son with his vehicle in their driveway. The chief was unable to release the age of the boy, but says he was young. He also says the boy is in critical condition and was taken to UMass Memorial Hospital in Worcester. A local woman helped start an organization to help correctional officers dealing with mental health issues. She says they have an alarming impact on the officers and their families, and her mission is a personal one. Our Rutland Flaherty has the details.
Brianna Mellon says she noticed her father was on edge after retiring from his position as a correctional officer. It was a job he did for 22 years.
He was showing clear signs of PTSD.
Her father, Michael Mellon, took his own life on August 25th, 2011, just 18 months after he retired.
You never think that something like that could happen to your family.
Brianna began to look for answers and says what she found was alarming.
It turns out that on average, correction officers only live to be about 58 years old, and on average, they only live about 18 months after they retire.
She says she knew she had to do something. In 2012, she and a friend founded On Guard Initiative to raise awareness for mental health and suicide among correctional officers. The initiative provides educational resources as well as scholarships.
And they deserve our help.
Recently, the nonprofit hosted a 5K. Officers from the Worcester County Sheriff's Office participated. Officer Joel Hilditch says not many people know what a correctional officer goes through on a daily basis.
Sometimes referred to, we wear an S on our chest, and we don't go home. We don't talk about things that go on during our workday. A lot of people in the general public don't understand necessarily what we do inside.
Hilditch says there are resources available at the jail for officers if they are experiencing mental health issues.
We have a program here called the EAP, Employees and Systems Program. Again, a lot of people at first may be kind of not ready to go out that route, but what they will do is that they will get the help they need eventually, be pointed in the right direction.
Brianna says she hopes her nonprofit will grow so she can help every correctional officer who is suffering.
That's all we're here for, is we just want them to know they're appreciated and that they're not alone and that there are people there that are actually that want to help them.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Rosalind. A Worcester man was arrested Wednesday by state police. Troopers say he had 38 grams of cocaine in his vehicle. State police say 26-year-old Pierre Benoit was speeding on Route 195 in Bourne when he was pulled over. The state trooper discovered cocaine, various pills, and thousands of dollars in cash in his car. Police also say they found evidence consistent with drug distribution. Benoit is now facing multiple charges, including possession of a Class C and D substance and intent to distribute. In an effort to focus on healthier eating, Cumberland Farms is partnering with a nonprofit to promote healthy foods in its stores. According to the Worcester Business Journal, the convenience store chain will be redesigning the layout, adding new products of healthier foods in its 600 retail locations across the country. Cumberland Farms says working with the nonprofit Partnership for Healthier America, they will offer many incentives like providing discounts and coupons to its employees to encourage them to incorporate healthier foods into their diets. Thousands of people shopping at the Brimfield Flea Market this week. It's one of the most renowned antique shows, and people from all over the country travel to pick up unique items at this week-long event. Our Catherine Andrioli has more.
This is the epitome of her trip.
And this is my trip.
Yep.
They travel from near and far. Thousands come each year to the Brimfield Antique Show.
She comes from upstate New York, and I come from Massachusetts, and we meet and we shop.
It's my 90th straight show. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
The market started in 1959 and has just about everything from antique books to clothing, jewelry, and furniture. You can find just about anything you're looking for.
Love the dealers who come to me from different parts of the world and buy my things.
Brimfield's flea market is booming this week. May is the busiest month. They're open in July and also in September. Some shoppers say they spend hours here trying to cover as much ground as they can.
I don't think we're going to see a fourth of what is here. I mean, we've been doing this for hours and we haven't crossed the street yet.
Vendor Alice Proya has been selling antiques here for nearly 30 years. This year, her most popular items are vintage hats from the 1930s. She says she sold out of almost everything on the second day.
1930s clothing always is a good seller for me, and I have nothing left.
Other vendors say their favorite part of coming back to Brimfield is seeing customers return over the years.
Learn as much from the customer sometimes or the collector. They know they're more knowledgeable actually about certain things, so I get an education even though I'm selling stuff. Recycle, reuse, and repurpose. I mean, to me that's better than any landfill ever.
In Brimfield, Catherine Andrioli.